How are you supposed to book meetings in LinkedIn and DMs when they are filled to the brim with spam and trashy messages? So we're going to talk about today. How do you go and get personalized messaging going in LinkedIn so people actually read it and actually reply to you? So just so you know, my background, I myself have my own company where a lot of my leads come from LinkedIn. I have about 10,000 followers and I get clients directly from LinkedIn. And then I've also been doing marketing for 25 years. And so lots of sales messaging and lots of sales happening on LinkedIn, and then lots of social media posting on LinkedIn. So let's first talk about the three things what not to do. You're targeting the wrong people. You need to make sure you go after the right people. You need to have your ideal customer profile really, really honed in. You need to really research the people. So you're going after the right people that are the decision makers or the influencers in what you're trying to sell. Number two, your profile screams you're about to pitch them. So a lot of times people that actually contact me on LinkedIn, they'll have like sales titles in their profile and I know they're going to sell me. And I don't even accept them. I don't even let them into my LinkedIn world. So make sure that your profile does not scream that you're going to sell to people. Instead, you're somebody there that's going to give and is a credible person and is someone that's worth knowing. Number three, your DMs are one-on-one sales emails. And by that, I mean, they're all about you. They're all about your product. It's very salesy, and they're super long. Those don't work. A lot of the sales folks that I've worked with, they use InMail, and maybe for big corporate, and if you're doing like just crazy quantity, that's okay. But for solopreneurs, small business owners, people like you and me, don't use InMail. Most people understand what those are. They go unanswered. They have horrible track records for actually working. So for you and I, we use the real messaging. Like we're actually messaging in the DMs. It's ourselves. It's not some kind of tool. This is controversial. The connection request rule. And for me, what I've seen is that when you include a node, when you connect to somebody, a lot of times they don't work. A lot of people leave notes like, love what you're doing, or thought we should connect. And it's very obvious that they're about to pitch you and they're about to sell you. Unless you know this person, or maybe you met them last night. A lot of times what I do is if I watch someone's webinar or I see somebody like speaking at an event, I will leave a note. I'll say, oh my gosh, loved what you did on stage yesterday. But if I don't know them or if I've not seen them, I actually don't leave any notes. And more people will connect with you and accept that connection. So try doing that unless you know the person, but try not to leave any notes and see how many more connections you get. So we already mentioned the profile earlier. If you have titles like sales, business development, things like that, or even if you say, like in my case, I could say founder of CMO Growth Guides, helping businesses scale, it looks very salesy. So people are going to be very likely not to actually connect with you. So instead, you want to make sure your profile is set up in such a way that you don't look so salesy. For example, you could say something like the word helping, like helping founders turn attraction into revenue. You could say something more clever, like making sure your website does not get ignored. Again, they're not very salesy, right? They're just more helpful. They have more content in them. So your goal really in these headlines is curiosity, not sales. And then don't forget, in your profile, have a smiling picture. You need to have your face. I see too many consultants and coaches and experts. They don't have a really good photo. They don't have a close-up of them. It's teeth and eyes. That's what we like to see, and that makes you more personable. So your picture is really, really important. And then you need to look like a human. So AI pictures or cartoons or anything that like makes it not look like a human, I know that they're playful and they're fun, but they don't work because people are going to be like, who's behind this? Especially now, right, with robots and AI, people are not going to trust it. So they want to see that it's a human looking back at them. Let's talk about the DMs and what to actually write. So DMs are not like emails. They're more like texts. So they're short, to the point, make sure that they're super condensed. So for example, good outreach messages. Here are some great examples. You can copy them for your own business. Example number one, looks like you're hiring a sales manager. Finding strong candidates so far? So this would be really perfect for if you're trying to help sales or your coach or something, or your hiring manager, or you are a contract salesperson or whatever that you are. You've paid attention, you've looked at their profile, you saw that they had a need, and then you actually address that. And nobody knows what you're doing. Are you selling? Are you a potential person that is going to take this job? So they're very likely to reply back to you. Let's look at example number 2. Saw you've been posting more content lately. Is LinkedIn becoming a priority for you? So this would be really good for someone like me, right? I'm a marketing consultant. I help people with their social media and with all their marketing. And so this would be really great saying like, hey, I see that you're showing up on LinkedIn. That's amazing. What are you doing? And then they might write back and say, yeah, I'm trying to grow my business. I'm trying to get more leads. And then I can turn that conversation into more of a pitch. What's important in this first message is no pitch, no Calendly link, no long paragraph. Keep it short. Make sure it's obvious that you read something about their profile, what they're doing, and ask them a question. Now, the last one is the follow-up. A lot of times what we're seeing is that if they don't write back to you on LinkedIn, don't panic, but try to figure out other ways to get to them. You can send them a cold email, you can do a phone call, you can show up at the same places they show up, and then consistently show up on LinkedIn, in posts, in your LinkedIn newsletter. LinkedIn newsletter is actually really good to drive leads, so I highly recommend that as well. You can also try another message on LinkedIn. You can try voice notes. That sometimes works. For 9 times out of 10, I don't answer those. If I've already started a conversation with somebody and then they leave a voice note, I do answer those. So do be careful with those. All right, those are the tips on LinkedIn. This is a good way still to get in front of people. You just have to be more personal. That's how it is now. Everybody's using the same scripts. Everyone's using like long messages. Everyone's just pitching. And if you stand out from the rest and you ask questions that are intentful and you are actually like paying attention to what their needs are, people are more likely to write back. Do the outreach. See who writes back, see which questions get most answers, and then you take that, optimize it, and make it even better. I have been on LinkedIn for a long time, but I only started growing it really the last 6 months. I'm up to 10,000 followers, and I show up very regularly. I post about 3 times a week. I have a newsletter on there, and people actually come to me, but there are times where I DM and I go after certain people, and it works. You have to do a lot. You can't just every now and then write to one person. It is a numbers game. Good luck. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.